Hi, I just wanted to come on here and talk a little bit about what I've been reading about this new moon and Taurus season and share that with you and maybe guide us through a little meditation. So I hope you get to watch this video and practice with me and enjoy it. So yeah, I have been reading a lot about Taurus season and this new moon. And there's a couple of themes coming up, mainly abundance and self-worth. And also a big message on slowing down, finding stillness, and connecting to earth, connecting to nature. So if you think about it, we are in springtime. And this is a time where the seeds are sprouting. So if you can think of yourself as a seed that's sprouting right now, and we don't want to rush the seeds, we don't want to overwhelm the seeds. We want to nourish. We want to nourish and nourish and nourish. So the sprout, as it's growing, the roots are also very strong. So a lot of connection to earth, being in nature, and finding simplicity. So this idea of there's softness and simplicity, and this idea of when we sit down and slow down and are able to listen and be connected to ourselves, then we can trust the intuition that comes from that space that we've created. And also trust that not everything in life has to be a struggle and hard. Like really, really trust that some things in life can really be easy. And it basically comes down to asking ourselves, what is the simplest answer? What is the simplest way? Whenever we're working on something or cultivating something, it does not have to be a struggle. And yeah, just finding the simplest way, the simplest path. I like to think of it as doing things with ease. It doesn't mean they won't be difficult. It doesn't mean it won't get rocky along the way, but finding ease means coming back to basics, being simple in our approach, and that can look like asking for help, changing the path, taking a moment of pause. It means different things for each of us, but yeah, let that question of what is the simplest answer, solution, way guide you into reflecting and listening to your intuition. So the other thing is this theme of abundance and self-worth. And I just want to read something, talking a little bit about abundance. As you sit in the present moment, you can feel your inner peace and ability to weather any storm. You are your own rock. You can always rely on yourself, and you can always rely on nature around you. From this place of peace, you can take chances, leave your comfort zone, and forge new paths. Once you understand that you can always come home to yourself and always find the wisdom to heal your soul, your world opens up. You can find your creativity in the stillness of your mind. You can then share your creations with the world without fear of rejection. You can do something that scares you, but you know it is what your soul needs to grow. And you can take a leap of faith to build the life of your dreams. You can do it all because you know you have the greatest safety net of all, yourself. It's from this inner reliance that abundance is born. Abundance is born from inner reliance. When you have the inner confidence to take risks in your life, You can align with all forms of abundance. You find your passion and your creativity. Then you pursue it without the fear of failure. When you align with your soul in this way, the universe orchestrates itself to support you. Everything you need appears when you need it. And if it doesn't, you know that you can figure out your next step. When you believe that you can confront any adversity with courage, you take the leaps needed to create a life aligned with your heart and soul. You call in all forms of abundance to continually support your journey. You also realize how many energies you are already abundant in. Your life feels expansive and full of vibrations that support your body, mind, and emotions. It all starts with finding stillness, feeling your strength, and knowing you can rely on yourself. And I love this a lot because it talks about being present. It talks about connecting to yourself, and it talks about this connection to yourself and relying on yourself in that way is actually what allows you to open up to the abundance. It's connected a lot with self-worth and knowing that you're worthy of it all. There's a few concepts or a few ideas or a few ways to think of abundance or to work with abundance. So first of all is to define abundance. What does it mean to you? How does it feel in your body, in your mind, in your heart? And then how are you abundant? Like, we know abundance is not only financial abundance, it's many things, many ways. Like living an abundant life is everything. So how are you abundant? And I would take it a step further. How are you abundant with others and how are you abundant with yourself? And if there are areas where you're very abundant with others and not with yourself, ask yourself why and find ways to bring that back to yourself. So defining abundance is a great first step. The second thing is to start focusing even more on the good, what we label good. But basically, life happens, there's good and bad and everything in between. And I'm all for acknowledging it all and feeling it all. But then we can refocus our attention on the good, refocus on the positive. Like if I had a really bad day and I took the time to be still and connect to my heart center and to think of one good thing, it might be hard on some days, but generally I would love to believe, and I am of that belief of that I can focus on. And that might be just the act of showing up to sit down and think about something. You know what I mean? The more we start just focusing on the good, also is just becoming aware of it. Because again, we live our life and maybe we're very grateful and we're positive in general and all of that. But maybe we're still not taking note of all the good. You know what I mean? Like it's just bringing it in. Oh, that's good. This is good. This is good. I'm abundant here. So it's just like taking note, bringing our attention to it. The next thing is being grateful. Gratitude practices are amazing because gratitude cultivates more abundance. And whether it's a practice of starting or ending your day with it or stopping in the middle to think of gratitude, similar to focusing on the good, thinking of things that we're grateful for. And it can be as simple as having a glass of water, having a shower. Not to say that takes away the bad. I would say don't use it as a guilt thing. Oh, I should be grateful. No, it's okay. We can feel all the things. We can feel angry and sad and hurt and all of it. Doesn't mean we're not grateful. cultivating more and more of a gratitude practice helps us get back into our gratitude and abundance and feeling better and all of that. And I love this tip I read in relation to abundance and gratitude. Think about what you appreciate about someone before a meeting with them. And doing this can create an energy of abundance for both of you. And this is something I'm like, oh, I'm going to try that out. We might have gratitude practices that we start or end our day with, or generally, like think of, oh yeah, I really appreciate this about that person or that person. But this is more intentional. Like if, say, for example, I was to meet you for coffee today, and before I met you, I'm taking a moment of pause to think about what I appreciate about you. It's such a beautiful thing because it drops you into your heart center of why you appreciate someone. And then you get to meet them and be with them, and the energy is just higher. So yeah, I felt like that was a nice tip to try out with friends, family, business opportunities. Taking a moment to think of something you appreciate about the other person. Surround yourself with abundant mindset people. We're affected by our environment. And if you don't have someone in your close circle that is of an abundant mindset, maybe it's people you follow on social, maybe it's people you listen to in podcasts, maybe it's not someone you know personally, but does inspire you to live more abundantly. So keeping that energy close to you from whatever channel it comes. And then train yourself to see opportunities. And this is really about taking a pause and seeing the bigger picture. Because we all get so narrow visioned as we work on things. And sometimes we need to pause, step outside, see the bigger picture. And then maybe when we're, have a bird's eye view of something, we can see opportunities in other places that maybe resonate more with our heart, that feel more natural, more flowy, more simple, and we go with it. And the final thing is you are worthy, you are worthy, you are worthy of everything that you dream, of everything you want. You're worthy, you're worthy, you're worthy. And keep showing up for yourself. Keep showing up for yourself. Keep showing up for yourself. And that inner reliance breeds abundance. So yeah, these are the notes I've been taking while I read about this new moon and about abundance. And there's a lot more. I could talk for hours about this. But yeah, I just wanted to share some of these things with you. And yeah, let's take a moment to take that in through meditation. So take a moment to close your eyes, to find your seat. Soften in your shoulders. Become aware of your breath, this beautiful, soft, nurturing, nourishing inhale and exhale. And as you sit here, imagine yourself sitting in a beautiful, lush garden. This garden is filled with beautiful trees, ancient trees. And wildflowers. and butterflies and birds, the sound of birds. It's a feast for the senses. Just sitting here in this garden. Maybe you're sitting on a bench or sitting on the grass, feeling your body supported by the earth. You're taking in all the shapes and textures and colors of the trees and flowers and plants around you. And it's so vivid, so lush, so vibrant. You can smell the flowers, smell the fresh air. It smells so good, you can taste it. You can hear the birds singing, maybe the bees buzzing. This is your garden of pure abundance. And as you sit here in this lush, lush garden, you can feel abundance in nature. And as you sit here in nature and as you are nature, you can feel this abundance of nature within yourself. So take note of where you're feeling it in your body. How it feels in your heart. And as you feel this abundance in your body, in your heart, start to think about all the ways that you are abundant right now. Maybe you're abundant with the smiles you give people. Maybe you're abundant with how you care for your pets or your child. Maybe you're abundant with the love you pour into every meal you make. The ways in which you are abundant are endless. And perhaps this is the time to just shine a little light for yourself. Bring your attention to all these ways you are abundant. allowing all of this, all these ways you've identified right now, or will maybe identified later on, help you cultivate more and more abundance. Bring your hands together in front of your heart, with a soft bow of your head towards your heart, in honor of self, in honor of each other and others. In honor of this practice. Hari Om Tat Sat. Thank you. When you're ready, you can open your eyes. Thank you for being here. Thank you for watching this video, for doing this little meditation. And my invitation for you is to take it on and maybe write it down, journal about all the ways that you are abundant. And have that cultivate more abundance in your life. I love you. I love you. I love you. May you be showered with more and more and more abundance in all directions. Thank you.